Hello, welcome back. It's episode 166 of Grow Yourself Up. Delighted to be back with you. And today I want to talk about something that's really insidious in terms of how we operate as adults when we haven't had our needs met in childhood. And that is something called overfunctioning, where we overfunction in multiple areas of our life and we literally kind of overextend ourselves beyond our body limits continuously because we haven't learned to be in touch with our felt sense of our own reality. Perhaps we've always pushed past tiredness. We've had to operate above our developmental pay grade since we were tiny, and so it feels really familiar. So I've talked, I think there's two cycles that are really, really important to break. And of course, they always start with shifting first because it's hard to actually break a cycle quickly. The first one is we have to really break the cycle of shaming and criticizing ourselves. So for many of us, we are very, very focused on breaking cycles for our children, giving them a different experience to that which we had. And we can forget ourselves in that and apply like a strong perfectionist lens to this idea of breaking cycles. But within that, like if you are not included in the breaking cycles, then you're not really breaking cycles because you're continuing to really oppress yourself, if that makes sense. So like really shifting away from shaming and self-criticizing yourself is absolutely vital. That's like the top one, I would say, to really focus on for yourself. And the second one is this stepping away from overfunctioning, so breaking that cycle of overfunctioning. And I know that in the UK now we're in a period of school holidays, and that can be a period where lots of parents are actually forced to overfunction in many ways because you're trying to work as if you don't have children and have children as if you don't have a job. So there's a definite sort of societal element to this because of the patriarchal capitalist system we live in. And there's in the ways in which we oppress ourselves in terms of this idea of I need to deliver this, or I need to behave like this, or I need to offer this type of holiday to my children, or I need to be this type of parent all the time. And that overfunctioning really doesn't serve us, and it also does not serve our children. So I want to talk a bit about why that arises, and also to just invite you to step away from doing that in the little ways that you can initially, because when something has kept us safe, when it's been one of our survival strengths or coping mechanisms, it's really difficult to start to change it. And I don't mean that in a negative way. I really want to acknowledge how complex it is to step away from our survival strengths because they've kept us alive, they've kept us safe, and they've kept us alive. And initially, the feeling of not behaving in that way, so the feeling of not overfunctioning, is so profoundly uncomfortable in our own body that it feels like we might be doing the wrong thing. So we really have to learn to tolerate those uncomfortable sensations coming from our body in order to make a change.